Reflective writing. What is reflective writing? Reflective writing is evidence of reflective thinking. In an academic context, reflective thinking usually involves 1. Looking back at something, often an event, i.e. something that happened, but it could also be an idea or object. 2. Analyzing the event or idea, thinking in depth and from different perspectives, and trying to explain, often with reference to a model or theory from your subject. 3. Thinking carefully about what the idea or event means for you and your ongoing progress as a learner and/or practicing professional. Structure for reflective writing. Reflective thinking, especially if done in discussion with others, can be very free and unstructured and still very useful. Even reflective writing can be unstructured. For example, when it is done in a personal diary. In assignments that require reflective writing, however, teachers normally expect to see carefully structured writing. The first way to structure your writing is to provide a description. This should be a one-paragraph description of the event or the story. You're basically telling me what happened, a brief summary, and using specific events or details from the text to support your description and show your comprehension. This is where you show your knowledge and understanding of the event or the story. 2 is interpretation. This is probably the most important. You're going to have guiding questions for your interpretation paragraph that you will need to make sure you answer. So what is the most important, interesting, useful, relevant thing about the event or story? How is it similar or different to other events or stories? What is the theme? Identify and explain literary devices. Identify and explain the elements of fiction in the text. Identify perspectives, bias, topic, purpose, and audience. These are all different ways that you can interpret an event or a story. This is basically your thinking and interpretation section of your reflective writing. You would devote about 1 to 2 paragraphs to this section of reflective writing. You won't have to answer all of these questions. You will just be given specific questions tailored to the event or the story based on these topics. Outcome. What have I learned from this? What does this mean for the future? What predictions can I make? How did it make you feel? Strengths, weaknesses, connections, your overall opinion. The outcome paragraph is basically your connections, your application component of your reflective writing. You are going to be answering guiding questions in your reflective writing. Not all of these, but 1 or 2 of them. Helpful hints. 1 paragraph maximum for your content. This is always minimal and is just meant to catch the reader up. So this is for your description. You want to always provide content so that the reader is able to understand what you're talking about. Provide reflection on feelings, make connections, provide reflection on specific details that relate to the topic, interpret events, analyze content, look for hidden meanings, read between the lines, think of potential themes. What do you think will happen next? And what have you learned from this text? If you apply all these structures of reflective writing, you will no doubt be successful in your reflection.